Hey guys, we are back with another episode of Off. Just looking around. We got our hint from the judge at the end of last episode, so we vaguely know that we need to go to the ground floor and then check out the offices to see which one of them is different. A lot of numbers, so don't be scared by that. I know numbers can be scary, but none of these are the right number of numbers, so we're fine. Yeah, so we're gonna look for something that's different. He said to prefer one of the cases over the other case. And I am still pressing my menu button at unhelpful times. And honestly, I'm just looking through the numbers at this point, trying to figure out which one is different and how they're different. The only immediate conclusion I drew from this is that there are some that have two 5-digit numbers, and then there is one that has a 5-digit number and a 4-digit number. So, well, there are some that have, I don't know, it's a little bit mixed up. But what I know for sure is that the lower left has the lowercase letter with the big number, which I think is what we were looking for if we were asking the judge. And I think the ones he's talking about being trained differently are the ones that have, are basically the ones that have two numbers that don't match in number length. I'm going to try with the first guy, and we'll see if that gets us there. Punching in these numbers is a little bit slow, but we can get there in the end. Hopefully we got the right one. Lady Luck is on our side. We have arrived at the Postal Service. 10258. Huh, says the batter. No one? Poor batter. He's a little stuck. Huh? I am the batter. Where are the phantoms? I'm very afraid. Good to know. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of us or the phantoms? Help me. Guess it was the phantoms, considering he's one of them. Ugh. That is a grotesque-looking neck if I ever saw one. Burnt. An employee of Zone 1 in poor health. 70 HP, 10 CP. Well, they do have a bare minimum of competence. I can give them that much, but they must be purified if the batter is to achieve his holy mission. 30 credits. Maybe this suit has been taken control of. His brain. Ooh. What? Strange? You got that right, batter. You got that right. Floor 10285, area 1 of 2. And we have these notes on tables. First is 6. That means, well, you can probably figure out what that means. 1-6. Because this game's number puzzles tend to come in similar fashions. Although, gotta say that the presentation is quite different, which is probably why they don't get very tiring after a while. But you got one number, then you have another number. How do they correlate? I think we'll need a mathematician to figure that out. Unfortunately for us, we don't know where there is one. And that's not true. I probably know somebody that studied math. I do know a math major. I guess I know a mathematician. These ones are called Tibleros or something like that. I can't pronounce it, but it's an odd word and they are scary looking. Although I can imagine some people might want them as a pet. Tiburus? Who knows what they are? They just need to die in order for us to get going. That is how this works. And I received gross batter, but I won't comment on your hobbies. Second 8. Interesting. More little squirrel-like creatures. For all I guess they could be lemurs. I wonder if one of them is the ghost of Zuzumafu. Does anybody else remember Zuzumafu? That's probably not how you pronounce it, but he had a really long name. He was on PBS back in the day. Nice little monkey. Bit crazy at times. But I think he was a puppet, so I don't think we have to worry about the ghost of Zuzumafu. Strange, something is written here. Third soul? Might have to look at that one again in private. We skipped 4, didn't we? We are barreling through this episode. We're going to be through it in less time than I thought. Last version 2. To the final digits of 2. We have more ghosts to fight. Well, maybe not ghosts. Maybe ghosts that are inhabiting people's bodies. Which is a little creepy, to be honest, but it's not completely unheard of for ghosts. And, although I will admit, I've never seen or heard described any type of ghost that makes the neck go super long. Like, it's that whole pathetic meme, but in ghost form, and it's just not as cute that way, you know? It's kind of creepy, to be honest. Kawaii, as they say. Not kawaii, kawaii, which means scary. Access to the secret elevator is not prohibited. Did I say secret elevator? I must pass. Really, no, I think it's impossible, unless you have the code? We don't have the code. No. No entry, then. Guess that's how it works. Alright, guys, I'm going to pause here after this battle to check out the notes to make sure I got everything right and get to 7th and the 4th, and then verify that the 3rd was what I thought it was. So, we skipped forward a little bit. Here's the 4th. Which way was I going to get out of here again? No, not that way. But we should have the code. We should have the code. If we can get there through the monsters, through this tiny squirrel pets. This area has a lot of puzzles to it. Almost makes one want to rack their brain, but luckily they're not exceptionally difficult as of yet. I mean, this one was look at pages in order and then figure out what numbers go where. We've seen it before. We should be fine. We made it back to 3 of 4. Let's see if this person is actually a normal person. I must pass. Really? No. Unless you have the code. Do we have the code? Let's take a look. 6. 8, 1, 4, 5, 2. Let's hope we got this right. That's the code. That's correct. How? How? You must not pass. I don't want to die. Purification in progress. I don't know why people attack us when we give them the proper paperwork. Seems like a oversight in the bureaucracy, if you ask me, but what can you do? What can you do? This is a strange place. It's weird because that guy said there weren't any phantoms about. Right? I don't know, I'm a little confused. Because we're running into people that are clearly phantoms. It makes me wonder if maybe we missed some phantoms elsewhere. Like, aren't some of the guys down by the cowshed actually phantoms in disguise? Do we need to purify this zone for real? Or can we let the miners continue harvesting their smoke? Pitiful bastards, disappear this instant. This is my zone. You are not to be here. Out of my sight, you fucking phantoms. Ha. Huh. You. It's you, the source of all my troubles. The ectoplasmic lord who has set his fucking sights on my beloved zone. What do you want? Why have you decided to be such a pain in my ass? I've dedicated my whole life to this place. You have no right to corrupt it with your pathetic phantoms. Begone! You are mistaken. I am not a phantom. I am a purifier. I have come to cleanse the world of ectoplasmic being. How dare you respond? How dare you think I will just swallow these insults? Listen well, this is simple. Get out of here and take your goddamn specters with you, or I am going to kill you. I hope for your sake that I have made myself clear. If I see you again, you're dead. The tramway will now stop in Alma. Okay. That was Dayton again. And he seemed a little cross with us. He thinks we're the source of the phantoms, but we're not the source of the phantoms. We're the good guys. We kill phantoms. Why would we create them? I don't think we've killed anything that isn't a phantom, to be honest. I think most of the things we've killed have been dead, so we should be fine, right? We are not the evil thing that Dayton thinks we are. Went down to the basement. Don't know why I went down to the basement. Talk to this guy. Guess it's the old RPG instinct of, hey, I found that thing you were looking for. You want to give me money? But I guess that doesn't happen here. In the strange land of smoke breath, metal floors, plastic seas, and whatever comes next. Because we've only seen 3 out of the 4 essential elements. I'm sure there's another equally horrific thing out there waiting for us. It's our job to find it. I have a feeling that it's going to be in Alma. I'm not allowed to let anyone pass. Unless they answer some questions. Answer the question. 2 of them come from Jerusalem, and the 3rd from Orta, maybe? The Holy Trinity is made of Crocus. Our Lady wears the number 8. How many 3s are there in June? 19? So really? Kevin and Johannes. How many more of your answers is false? Strange, because I was just guessing, so I'm surprised that one of them was false. What are we doing? So we're back here at the cow place. Maybe we need to talk to one of these guys? I don't know, I'm used to other types of RPGs where progression usually ends up being about talking to somebody, which was my initial response here, but it is not the case. So at this point, I decided to go fishing for something to do. I'm about out of ideals. And I'm not really sure where we're supposed to be going, or if I missed something in Alma. So at this point, I think I'm going to go for trying to get a hint off somebody, and hopefully that will push me in the right direction. Otherwise, I'll have to actually look it up online, and that might spoil some things, but the puzzles that I claimed were easy have stumped me, so probably goes before the fall. Okay, we are in the mines now. I was told this path opened up. Now, all due credit to pass me, this this hint wasn't actually helpful. Guess I should have figured that out based on my sources. But yeah, this wasn't how to progress through the game. This was, there's an area with a bunch of cool stuff in it that you can grab at this point, which, hey, I'm grateful for. But we didn't progress this episode past the entrance to Alma, so that's going to have to be something that happens in the next episode. We are quickly approaching our time limit, so the treasure here are these orbs that we're finding in each of these chests. There are 6 of them, as far as I know, and each one is guarded by one of these, well, 3 of these one-eyed ghosts. The orbs are actually really good to pick up because they have, they give the batter a permanent buff to one of the attributes he has, like health, attack, CP, that kind of thing. So it really is worth picking up, but it does mean that we're not gonna get deep into the deep lore of off here in this last 2 minutes of the episode, so I do have to apologize for that, but this is probably a necessary step. I know that this game does have some hard bosses from my memory, so it's always nice to gain any advantage that you can while you have the time. So we go down and save. That should help us stay alive. Remember, in most RPGs, any amount of cheese you can pull off is useful to stay alive, because people that design RPGs generally don't have your best interests. Well, they do. They want you to have fun, but they also want you to have a hard time of it. To say, nobody expects you to beat the high dragons on level 1. You gotta earn that victory. So if you can make that victory a little easier, that's well worth it. But it looks like we are approaching the end. So might have to let it off somewhat soon, but I want to see how many of these ghosts I can get through, because this will be where we start off the next episode, with finishing up whatever number of these orbs that we need. Or we don't need them, but we want them because they're good. And good things are good for us because we are not good at the game yet. I would say we still open our inventory at random times. I mean, professionalism is not quite attained yet, but it could be, given time and great effort. Channeling a bit of Parsnick there. Another ghost, another orb. Well worth the trade. Okay then. I'll just let you guys off with warnings about who you trust to give you hints about video games. Google will not lie to you, but people you know will. So remember that. Remember that before you make the same mistakes that I did. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.